Hey everyone, we'll get into the video in just a second, but I've got some pretty big news, and I thought I'd reach more people if I was to put it right at the start of one of my videos, but because of all of the work here on the channel, Bethesda has actually reached out to me, and they want me to voice a pretty prominent character in one of their upcoming games. Obviously, I can't say which one yet, but we had a Skype call, and they actually made me audition. They sent me a short script, and they had me read it back to them. So one of the lines was, "These pretzels are making me thirsty." So, I don't know, let that be a hint about the character they might want me to play. But anyway, I'll update you, obviously, when I learn more about what's going on, so yeah, I just wanted to tell you. Let's move on to today's video. Today, I will be listing my top 5 facts about Deacon in Fallout 4, so let's get into it. Starting off with number 5, we don't actually have a fact, we have a bunch of lies. Deacon never stops lying, and he has a long list of ones that he'll just pull out whenever he needs them, but don't hate him for being a compulsive liar or having some kind of mental condition. He does this because he's a trained spy, a good one for the Railroad. He does this to protect his real identity when he's out on mission trying to collect intel. And he'll do this to you too, he can't be too safe. So one of the things he'll tell you is that he is a synth, one of the very first ever, actually, to be given an artificial memory. He even gives you his recall code in case you need to find out the Institute's weakness in some kind of great emergency. Another one he'll tell you is that he's actually the leader of the Railroad. Yeah, Desdemona's just a figurehead, and she'll always accept whatever he tells her. However, if you do pass a charisma check, you can learn that both of these are in fact lies. Number 4, Deacon has paid dearly for his past crimes. When you get to know him better, he'll tell you about his real past. Now, of course, he could still be lying, you never know, but this is the only elaborate story of his that you can't disprove with your charisma. So, it goes like this. Years ago, he used to be in a gang called the University Point Death Claws, and they went around harassing people who were accused of being synths. No real evidence, just being accused of. Well, one day, it got so bad that they lynched and murdered someone that they thought was a Gen 3, and he wasn't. He was a real man, and it seems Deacon was the only one who thought this was a terrible deed, so he left the group. Okay, he settled down and became a farmer. Well, eventually he met a beautiful young lady, and her name was Barbara, and they got married. She was everything right about all of the wrongs in his life, and after a little while they even planned on having a family. But then it happened. Fate caught up with him. The gang found him, and then murdered his wife. And in doing so, they found out that she was actually a synth. The woman he had loved so much had been the real target from the start, and she was killed just like that other poor man. No amount of lies out there could make Deacon forget something as heavy as this. Number 3, Deacon is far more than just a spy, and he has the achievements to prove it. See, when he first joined the Railroad, he was a runner. He would help escaped synths go from place to place, hiding spot to hiding spot, until they could get out of Boston. Well, one year, there was a vicious attack from the Institute, and he was one of the very few survivors. So already we can see his ability at, escaping, at evading the enemy. Then, the following year, the head of the Railroad at that time, his name was Wyatt, said that Deacon was responsible for improving their sort of pyramid style of information. So essentially, the rank above you knows things that you don't to then help protect information of the entire group. So he's begun to make innovations. Then, several years later, he was responsible for coming up with their dead drop system. This is, of course, a way to get supplies to synths who are on the run. So if they need guns for protection or bottle caps, or even a disguise to use in the future. So these innovations are continuing. Then, a few years later, another horrible attack from the Institute happens, but this time, apparently, Deacon is responsible for getting most of them out alive because of his own escape plan. How quickly he must have been thinking. And now, of course, when you meet him, he's always looking for ways to keep the Railroad improving and getting better. So yes, he's a spy, he's a good one, but he's an innovator and a leader all the same. Number 2, he's been watching you. I hope you haven't done anything revealing lately, because he's probably seen it. You took a bath last night at 7:34, didn't you? But if you look hard enough, he can be seen following you around. The first is probably when you go to Diamond City and you watch the argument between Piper and Mayor McDonough. He's dressed as one of the Diamond City security very nearby. Then, if you go to Bunker Hill, you can see him just sort of hanging out, pretending to be a one of the caravan workers. Thirdly, if you go to Good Neighbor, he pretends to be a drifter. You can see him joining the crowd when Hancock gives his speech, and then you can see him sitting in one of the pods in the memory den. So, yeah, he's been following you for some time to many different locations. It's a spy thing. Don't look at it in a bad way. I mean, I would be flattered. And quickly before number 1, we have an honorable mention, and that is Deacon once had a face change to look like a girl, and he held this for several months. So he takes his job very seriously. And number 1, Deacon is highly educated. This makes him more of a threat. There's a quote he has where he says, "Insert something Shakespearean involving death and your inevitable doom here." There's another one whenever he enters combat where he'll say, "Here I was wanting to spend the day reading Proust, then you had to go and ruin it." So William Shakespeare and Marcel Proust, 2 very accomplished and highly regarded writers. Clearly, Deacon spends a lot of time outside of battle reading great novels, great poems. And this is only going to help someone whose job is to manipulate words, right? So if he has to persuade, or to entertain, or teach, or even to distract, he can do all of these things. He knows his way around words and their effects on people. Yeah, sure, his disguises are very good, but he's going to need more than that to make you believe that he is the caravan worker, or the drifter, or the guard, or even Deacon, because surely that is an alias like all the rest. And there you have it, my top 5 facts about Deacon in Fallout 4. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and down below please tell me, how do you feel about Deacon? Alright, thank you very much for watching. As I said, again at the beginning of the video, I'll let you guys know, about the whole playing Deacon's son in the next Fallout game. I mentioned that part, didn't I? So, we'll see.